Things just took a major turn for the Warriors. Jonathan Kuminga made Steve Kerr look like a fool again, and fans are pissed as the Warriors lose despite playoff Jimmy going off and Kuminga shutting down the haters. But has Steve Kerr been right all along about Jonathan? And does this game prove it? Well, in today's video, I'll break down the Warriors' Game 3 loss to Minnesota and the implications this could have going forward. But first, I need you to hit subscribe. I'm Arthur Ballesteros. This is Warriors Digest. We bring you daily videos breaking down everything going on with the Warriors. Thank you to the 11,000 plus who have already subscribed. How are you feeling this morning, Dub Nation? I mean, the Warriors lose 102-97, go down 2-1 in the series, despite playoff Jimmy and Jonathan Kuminga putting the team on their back. 63 points combined. The rest of the Warriors team only combines for 34 points, complete no-shows, and Jonathan Kuminga shuts down the critics, including me. I've been a huge Jonathan Kuminga critic because I see the potential. I just want to see the consistency. I just want to see him find a role with this team. Despite all that, put it away for tonight and for today. Kaminga balls out. 30 points, 11 of 18 shooting, 6 boards, 3 of 4 from 3. Incredible performance. Doing amazing things like this, getting into the lane, the little mid-range jumper over Gobert, falling down, the block on the other end, playing great defense on Anthony Edwards. He shut him down basically in the first half. I mean, look at this move as well from Kaminga. The spinning reverse layup over DiVincenzo, something only JK can do. No one else on this team can do that. He shows up big time, 30 points again, puts the team on his back, and gets to play his way. Steve Kerr had to completely go back to the drawing board and think of a new offense here with Steph out. They're getting closer to figuring out how to play without Steph Curry, and this is evidence of it here. But Jonathan Kuminga would not have been able to do this in the traditional Steve Kerr, Steph Curry motion offense. It just doesn't work that way, and Steve Kerr's not going to give him the same sort of leash to be able to play like this, to play those 36 minutes. Steve Kerr forced into doing this, but Jonathan Kuminga delivers. What are you thinking here? What are you feeling about Kuminga this morning? Is he the answer here with Steph out? Because Jimmy is looking tired. Jimmy, you can't fault him for anything that happened last night. He did everything he could. 33 points in 43 minutes. Impressive performance, but did fall apart at the end here. This is what he put up in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes, 5 points, only 1 of 7 from the field. He missed about 4 or 5 point-blank layups, was really having trouble, just gassed at the end because he got no help outside of Kaminga. Because look at what the rest of the starters did. Draymond Green, disappointing, fouling out with like 4 minutes and a half to go down the stretch, the most important time when the team needs its most experienced and vocal leader. He doesn't show up. Only 2 points, 5 ugly turnovers. Continues to have a turnover problem here. Only 1 of 4 from the field. Draymond, huge disappointment again from game 2 with all the flagrant issues and the techs and being out of control to tonight. Continues his ugly turnover streak and fouling out. Dumb foul at the end there to get out of the game. Just really disappointing. And Brandin Podziemski, what happened, my guy? What is going on? 39 points, only 5 points, 1 of 10 from the field, including some really ugly air balls. I'm not even going to show you those highlights because they're just so ugly. And you can't have, fans in the stands scoring more than your starting point guard, essentially. Brandin Podziemski, where are you? Where's the rest of the bench? Gary Payton, only 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field. Moses Moody, Kerr was only able to play him 3 minutes. I mean, the decline in his game during the playoffs has just been so disappointing. No confidence. What is going on with so many of the Warriors who seem to just absolutely be completely caught in their head? We saw it with the way that Kaminga was playing, and rightfully so. I mean, there was a lot going on behind the scenes with that dynamic with Steve Kerr and getting benched for DNPs. Now you're seeing it with Moses Moody. You're seeing it with Quinten Post. He's unplayable in the playoffs. His defense is just paper thin. He's just getting bullied out there. And it's a shame because you need him on the floor for spacing, for threes. That's what he can do. That's what he's so special at. The Warriors, the first time since 2007 in the playoffs, they didn't hit a three-pointer in a half. They were 0 of 5 to begin the game, in the first half there. Came around a little bit, but not thanks to anybody but Jonathan Kuminga and Jimmy Butler. Look at what the Warriors were doing here. I mean, they a valiant effort here. Short-handed against a good Timberwolves team, against Anthony Edwards, who finally woke up. 36 points he scored. He scored 13 points in the fourth, just took over the game. Despite the first half, which was really rocky, I think he only scored, I forgot exactly what it was, 7 or 8 points in the first half. Thanks a lot to Jonathan Kuminga's strong defense on him. Looking like he maybe has put the ankle issue behind him. He said he was motivated by getting dunked on by Jonathan Kuminga in the first half, and that's what sparked his second half run. He's looking like he's waking up. This Timberwolves team is going to be more difficult to figure out here as the Warriors desperately try to get another win here, to eke one out without Steph. And I want to hear what you have to say, because is Steve Kerr wrong for benching Jonathan Kuminga, for those 4 DNPs, for not playing him in the playoff or in the play-in game, for playing him such limited minutes against the Houston Rockets? I want to hear what you think, but I say no. And here's why. Because that was a team with Steph, completely different offense, motion offense, really reliant on making quick decisions and ball movement. And those are just things that are not Kuminga's strong suit. No fault of his own. He's 22, 4 years in the league. He's still learning. I would love to see him put it together quicker. I don't think that he's a fit here long term, unfortunately, because of the style of play. I mean, this is what we have. If we want Steph, it seems as if it's not going to work with Jonathan Kuminga, which is a shame, because you saw how electric he could be last night. You saw how he got all of Chase Center off their feet, really put the team on his back. And it's just sad to see that they can't figure out a way to work this out within the offense. But I mean, I think last night's game was pretty evident. It was so ISO heavy in terms of Kuminga holding the ball. You don't see him passing too much. He was doing it a little bit more, but not really even looking to find the open guys, which is fine. He was on a roll. They had to play a different style. They were having to slow it down against Minnesota. Jimmy was doing the same thing. Lots of ISO ball with Jimmy. Jimmy knew that he couldn't keep kicking it out to Moses Moody or Brandin Podziemski and have them put up air balls like that ugly one that Podziemski did. Jimmy had to play ISO ball, score on his own, get deep into the paint, flip those layups up. Just having to play a completely different style without Steph. Steve Kerr was right for the information that he had at the time when Steph Curry was on the court. It wasn't working with Kaminga. Kaminga's confidence wasn't there. Is that partly Steve Kerr's fault? Sure. Is that partly Jonathan Kuminga's own fault? Maybe. But now it's different, and the Warriors are finding new ways to play without Steph. And they're close. I wouldn't give up hope here, Dub Nation. I mean, they're close. They had a lead going into the fourth here. They could have done this if there had been some stretches where somebody else showed up last night to allow Jimmy to take a bit of a breather. They should have been able to build enough of a lead last night to get him off the floor for more than 5 minutes. I mean, you just saw how he just got gassed at the end and wasn't able to close it out the way that he can. But they're close to figuring this out. The morale still seems high. When you watch the team press conference after, morale is high. People are praising each other, as they should. This was a valiant effort. You didn't expect them to win necessarily. You can't expect Jimmy to score the entirety of the Warriors' points. You can't expect Kaminga to be consistent on a nightly basis when he's just starting to find his rhythm. But they're close. I believe they can pull this out. I believe they can tie this series up. And all we have to do is try to stretch this out to game 6 when we hopefully get Steph back. That's the word. Steph is potentially going to be coming back game 6. But all praise to Kaminga. He makes Steve Kerr look like a fool. Also a genius at the same time, though, because Steve Kerr isn't afraid to admit when he's wrong or when something isn't working. You're seeing him. He makes adjustments. He's had to throw 6 different starting lineups out there. He's adjusting. He's reacting to what's happening on the court. And right now, Kuminga's rolling. We know what Kerr does. He rolls with the hot hand. We saw it at the end of the Houston series when Buddy started to click and put it together and put together back-to-back really good games. And he continued to stick with Buddy, and that's why you're seeing Buddy still in the starting lineup there. Kerr adjusts, and I know a lot of people think that he's really stubborn. He probably is. I don't know him personally. He seems that way. He seems to be confident in his decisions, but not afraid to adjust and make changes and admit when he's wrong. But I don't think he has to admit that I don't think he was wrong about anything. The point he was making earlier in the season was Kuminga didn't fit with Steph and Jimmy in the motion offense. It just wasn't working. The numbers showed us that as well. Kuminga's decision-making, Kuminga's confidence, Kuminga's shot-making ability showed us that as well. But the matchup is good here. Kuminga feasts on the Timberwolves, and he's doing it when it counts the most. And so all we can do is continue to hope. Don't let this happen. Don't let this continue to happen here with Steph and Dre and this disappointment. Dre obviously disappointed in himself, as he should be. Steph disappointed because, those chances at a 5th ring slipping away as he sits on the bench. It's got to be so frustrating for him. So frustrating. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do the Warriors still have a shot here at this series? Can they still make a run to the finals? You tell me. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.